A lot of my coaching clients dream about the perfect wedding with the perfect guy. Is that also your dream? Then this episode is for you. Today I want to share 8 ways to know if a man will be your husband. But even if right now you say, you know what, Sebastian, I'm not 100% sure if I want to get married. I mean, maybe you've been through a divorce and you say to yourself, I could just imagine being in a relationship without the marriage certificate. Then I also invite you to listen to this episode. No matter if you want to get married or not, today I want to show you how you can know if a man is the right man for you, if he has husband qualities. And yes, a man should also have husband qualities. If you never intend to marry him and you just want to be in a partnership, you just want to be in a normal relationship without the marriage certificate. But of course, if you want to sign the marriage certificate, then it's even more important that this man has the right qualities, because you don't want to say yes to spending the rest of your life with a man who's not a good husband. And here are the 8 qualities that I truly believe are important for you to look out for. And if a man that you're dating shows all 8 of these qualities, then this guy is a keeper and he's your potential husband. In fact, then if I were you, I would do everything in your power to lock this man down. And of course, in order to lock a man down and to make him want to be with you all day long, every day for the rest of your life, you have to make him devoted to you. But more on that in just a couple of minutes. Let's start with the very first way to know if a man will be your husband. And that's when he heals you and he doesn't hurt you. No matter if you've experienced trauma in your past. I mean, most people have. I've had trauma to heal, maybe you also had trauma to heal, and maybe you are still on a journey of healing, or you're now ready to embark on a journey of healing. The right man will heal you. The right man will forgive you whatever happened in your past. The right man will not look at your past and say, oh God, no, I don't want to date you because of your past. The right man will look at you the way you are right now, and he will see you right now the way you are, with love in his heart. And he will also see the person you want to become, the person he wants you to help to become. That's what the right man does. If a man heals you, a man heals your wounds, your emotional wounds, if he's ready to support you, if he's ready to talk about your past with you, and he's also willing to open up about his past, and he then sees you for the person you are right now, because he knows that all that matters is who you are today. All that matters is the love in his heart that he feels for you today. Then you have a keeper. That's the guy who you can make your husband. But if you, for example, share something about your past and the guy that you're dating is judging you for it, he's shocked by it, he tells you, no, I don't want to date a woman like that, then you know he's not the right guy for you. The right guy for you is a man who looks at you the way you are right now, who sees your past as the path that made you the person that you are right now, and he knows that without your past you wouldn't be that person right now, and he loves you for it, and he heals you in the process. That's what the right man does, and that's the man that you want to marry. And he's devoted to you and not even looking for validation and attention from other women. This is also important if you want to choose a husband, or even if you just want to choose a boyfriend. You don't want to date a guy who's looking left and right for other women, who's constantly flirting with other women, who's buying drinks for other women when you're out in a bar in a club. You don't want to be with that guy because you will never be able to trust him. And to be honest, to say it quite frankly, if you trust him, then you're naive. Because I would never trust a guy who does that. I mean, in the same way as I wouldn't trust a woman if I would be on a date with a woman and she would be flirting with another guy while I'm sitting next to her or while I was going on a quick bathroom break. And the same principle should also apply to your relationship and to your dating life. And if you want to make a guy so devoted to you that other women don't even exist for him, then I recommend that you go to gethimkeephim.com/devoted, or you click on the first link in the description to then watch the explainer video about this incredible method that can help you to make men devoted to you. And you can of course also go to gethimkeephim.com/system, or click on the second link in the description to then read about the devotion system and the devotion sequence, and then you can find out more about how you can actually use this method to make your man devoted to you. And the man that you want to marry allows you to feel safe, protected, and heard. And especially when it comes to feeling heard. A lot of my coaching clients told me that they've been in relationships where the guy never listened. He was always talking about himself, talking about his business, but he never really listened. And even though he might listen to some facts, he didn't listen on an emotional basis. He didn't listen with empathy. And if you're in a relationship with a man who listens to you with empathy, who listens to you with an open heart, and who truly wants to understand you, he wants to understand how you think, why you think that way, how you feel, and why you feel that way. That's the kind of guy who you want to marry, and not the guy who doesn't listen to you. And he's clear about his intention, and he also values the fact that you are clear about your intentions. With this guy, you don't need to beat around the bush. You don't need to play games. There's no room for games. I mean, I still remember when I met my wonderful, amazing girlfriend, she told me from the beginning, she's only interested in a relationship and she will only be intimate with me if I'm also interested in a relationship. And I'm willing to prove to her that I am also interested in a relationship. And I thought that was a very interesting scenario for me, or let's say a very interesting situation, because I figured out very fast that she had the values, the personality, and the playfulness and just the character that I wanted my future girlfriend to have. So it was very easy for me to wait. It was very easy for me to say, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, I'm down for that. I want you to be my girlfriend. But if you're, for example, meeting a guy and you ask him what he's looking for and he beats around the bush and says, oh, at the moment I'm just like meeting people and yeah, I mean a relationship, yeah, it would be possible, but hey, by the way, do you want to go to my place? Then you have to be careful. That's not the kind of guy who you want to marry. You want to marry a man who's as committed as you and a man who wants a relationship as much as you want it. And he treats all other people with the same respect that he treats you with. And this simple advice can save your life, especially if you've in the past experienced a relationship with a narcissist or you want to prevent that from happening for the first time or then also from happening again in case you've already made that experience. I've coached a lot of women through breakups from narcissists, after breakups from narcissists, and I helped them to date again after such a traumatic relationship. And I know from my coaching experience that many of the women who I've coached, and by the way, if you want to find out more about coaching with me and the different coaching sessions I offer, you can go to gethimkeephim.com/coaching. But a lot of the women who I've coached who've been in these relationships, they admitted to me that there were signs, there were red flags. And one of the biggest red flags that I've heard over and over again was that the narcissist love bombed them. And they said, oh my God, you're the most beautiful woman in the world. Oh, you're everything to me. Oh, and of course, this guy was then treating her with all the respect, love, and kindness that you could possibly imagine. But how did this guy react when the waiter brought the wrong order? Or when he had to wait in line? Or when somebody cut him off in traffic? These are the moments when the real self came out. And then so many of my coaching clients said the following words, oh, I never thought that he would also ever treat me like this. I thought that I'm special for him. Don't fall into this trap. Look for a man who treats you with the exact same respect as he treats all other people. No matter if that person is a rich businessman or a homeless man on the street. That's the kind of man who you want to marry. And you might disagree with each other from time to time, which is completely normal in a relationship. But arguments never turn into fights. This is an important aspect. If you are in a relationship or you've been in a relationship in the past where there's been verbal abuse, emotional abuse, and in the worst case, physical abuse, this is not the kind of guy who you want to marry. And if you've been married to such a man, then you probably know that yes, this was not a good marriage. However, that doesn't mean that you always have to have the same opinion. I also disagree with my girlfriend, but we do it in a constructive way. We have arguments, but the arguments never turn into fights. And we always deal with our disagreements in a way that we try to understand each other, we communicate with empathy, and we never, and I really mean this until this point, and I'm with her for quite a while now, we never, how do I say that in the right way? We never became emotionally or spiritually abusive, and of course never physically abusive in any way during any of our arguments. So the argument never turned into a fight. And once you are in a relationship with a man where this is possible, where there's no screaming, no throwing of things, no physical abuse, no emotional abuse, and you just talk about it like two adults with two open hearts who are ready to understand each other, then you can create a future with this man. Otherwise, creating a future, at least a future that you want to live, will not be possible. And this man is also honest about his goals, his plans for the future, how he wants to live his life, how he wants you to be a part of his life, how he wants to be a part of your life. He's honest about his finances, about his job, about all aspects of his life. He opens up to you, and opening up to you doesn't just mean opening up emotionally, but also opening up when it comes to his life and his lifestyle. Because when you're in a relationship with a man who does that, then you can trust him. Then you can feel safe and secure with him. Then you can feel protected with him because he doesn't hide anything. He's honest about everything. And then you can build a wonderful relationship and eventually a fulfilling marriage on honesty and on this powerful feeling of trust that you then have for each other. And these were the 8 ways to know if a man will be your husband. And if you want to make this man devoted to you so that he actually wants to propose to you at some time, very fast actually, if you know how to make him devoted to you, then you can go to gethimkeephim.com/devoted and watch this beautiful video to find out more about the devotion sequence. Or if you prefer reading about the system, you can go to gethimkeephim.com/system. And if you enjoyed watching this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And I would love it even more if you would hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.